Welcome back to Document Preparation, a LaTeX based approach. I am Dr. Sagar S. Badiye, working as Assistant Professor at Bajaj Institute of Technology, Wardha. In this class, we are going to learn about the float environment in LaTeX that consists of the table environment and the figure environment. And also we are going to look at how to create a table of content in LaTeX. So float environment, the objects in float environment are floated according to its placement. It depends on the optional parameter that we are going to see in coming slides. There is a terminology called group. So anything that is written in between opening and closing curly brace is called as a group. So table and figure environment. So the syntax for creating a table environment is simple: /begin within curly brace table, and after that within square bracket we need to provide the options. The options can be the position of the table that is to be placed on a particular page. So the option can be T, that places the table on the top of the page, H, that places the table here, that is at the current place, B, places the table at the bottom of the page, and P, places the table in the new page. That is only for float object. And this environment ends with /end within curly braces table command. Similarly, the figure environment also starts with /begin within curly braces figure and in square bracket options, and ends with /end figure command. The options in figure environment are same as that of the table environment. There is another environment called as tabular environment, which is used to create the actual table, the content of the table. So this tabular environment also begins with the /begin command. /begin within curly brace we write the tabular environment, and within square brackets we provide the number of columns that are to be created. So these columns are separated by vertical lines or pipe symbol. So here we have placed 3 pipe symbols. So this indicates that there are 2 columns, right? So this is first line, second line, third line, and in between we have 2 columns. So this place can be filled with different options that specify the alignment of the particular cell of the table. So that can be placed with L, which specify that the content is left justified. It can be placed with R, that specify that the contents are right justified. It can be set with P, and it can be used to set the size of the cell or the column, and the C is nothing but for placing the text as center aligned. So these are the options that can be placed within these pipe symbols. And the tabular environments end with /end tabular command. Ampersand is used to split the text into 2 columns. So now when we have to add the text, we'll see with an example. We make use of ampersand that separates the text of different columns. If you place a particular text and followed by ampersand and another text, then the first text will be placed in the first column and the next text will be placed in the second column of that particular row. So to end any particular row we have double slash symbol. So 2/ indicates that the row has ended and new row will start, and the command /hline is used to create a horizontal line in the table. So by using these commands we can create a table. Now let us consider an example of creating table using table environment and tabular environment. So now tabular environment is nested within the table environment. So now we start with /begin table environment, and there is a command to write caption to the table, and this is /caption command, and within curly braces we mention the caption that is to be given to the table. So here this is my first table, so I am writing a caption as my first table. Then there is a label command which is used to provide label to the table. So the text which is written within curly braces will be used for referencing throughout the paper or article. For referencing we make use of this label. Then /begin we create a center environment, that is the table will be placed at the center of the page document. Then /begin tabular, this marks starts of the table, and here I have created 2 columns, right, separated by 2 vertical 2 lines in between, and the text of the first column should be centered and the text of second column will also be centered. So it will be creating actually 3 columns, but the second column will not have anything, right? we have not placed anything, so that will be just a separation line. Then slash h line, this will create a horizontal line at the top of the table, and after that I will be adding the content of the table. So this cell 11 and cell 12, so this ampersand is used to separate the text of different cells or different columns in a particular row. So cell 11 will be placed in the first cell of first row, and cell 12 will be placed in the second column of the first row, right? Then double slash is there, this indicates that the first row is over. And then slash h line, so a line will be created, a horizontal line will be created. Then content cell 21 and cell 22, so cell 21 will be placed in the first column of second row, and cell 22 will be placed in the second column of second row. Then double slash indicates end of row, and slash h line will create another line over here, horizontal line. Then here the table is the content of the table is filled completely, so we'll end the tabular environment, then we'll end the center environment, and finally we'll be ending the table environment. So this, the nesting should be of command should be done properly in order to create a proper table. So in this way, when we execute this particular command in report or thesis or any other document class, then we get a table like this. We'll look at the execution in TeXLive after looking at the figure environment and table of contents. So now talking about the figure environment. So this is an example of using EPS figure, right? So for using EPS figure, we need to use a package called as EPS fix. So for that we use a command slash use package, and within curly braces we write the package name, that is EPS FIG, right? So again, first of all, we need to set the path of the figure, that is where the figure is located, and if it is in the same folder, then there is no need to use this particular command. So slash graphics path, and the location where my figure is stored or the picture is stored, that is written over here. Then slash begin document slash begin figure, so this marks the start of the figure environment, and within square bracket we are placing these various options like T, H, P or B, which indicates the location of the figure on the page. So this T indicates that the figure will be at the top of the page. Then I have used centering environment, so this the centering command, this centers the figures, that is the figure will be placed in the center of the page, that is horizontally, right? So I have included the command, I've used the commands slash include graphics. Within square bracket I am mentioning this scaling of the image, so the image will be scaled to 0.5 of its actual width and height, and then I am writing the name of the figure, whatever figure you want to include, within curly braces. So now as I have set the graphics path, here there is no need to mention the graphics path, or if the figure is present in the at the location where your LaTeX file is present, then we don't need to set the graphics path also. So here I have added the figure, that is diagram1.eps. I have created this EPS file. Then after that, as you know that the caption of figure is always at the bottom, so here after including the figure we'll make use of caption command and we'll provide the caption to the image. Again we use label command as fig1, that can be used for referencing this figure anywhere in the document. Then we end the figure environment and end the document. So after executing this particular command set of commands, we get an output like this, where this kind of image will be, or the EPS image will be present at the top of the page. We'll look at the execution of this in short while. Then instead, if you don't have EPS figure, then we can also make use of JPG, PDF or JPEG, TIF or different figures or image formats, right? Again the same thing is there, the format is same, only the difference is that we'll make use of another package, that is slash use package. If you want to use a PDF file, then PDF text is used to convert it to the particular format, and we use graphics package. this is an optional part which may or may not be included. Then slash use package DVI-PS is a compiler that converts the device independent format to PostScript format. Again, graphics. So you can simply make use of graphics package, and the options can be there. You can make use of these options if required. That is optional part. Then to add table of content, the simple process is there. We have simple commands to add table of content in the document, and to add this table of content we have slash table of content commands that will create the table of content, which consists of the level of headings that can be considered based on the sections. So this will consider up to the second level by default. You can change the level also. Then for list of figure, we have the list of figures command, that is slash list of figures, that will create the list of figure table. Slash list of table, this will create the list of all the tables that are available in the document. So to mention what text to be present in the table of content, we simply write the text that is to be displayed within square parentheses after the section command slash section, and whatever text you want to be displayed will be written over here. So this text in the previous square bracket will appear in the table of the content. So whatever text you want to be displayed, that is to be written here after the slash section command. So that will be displayed on the table of content. So now we'll look at the execution of this. So first we'll see how table is created. So over here first we start with the slash document class environment, and I have said that the page should be the orientation of the page should be a landscape page, and then the class that I am using is a report class, right? We have already considered article class in the previous lectures. Now we are considering report class. Then I am using the use package graphics, as I will be creating table, or I will be using images in the next example. So I have also made use of use package graphics, which is also used to set the page settings also, right? So we begin the document by using slash begin document command, and now for writing some simple text I have used this inline equation. We'll look at this equation in detail in the coming lectures. Then the main part is to create table. I am using the slash begin table command, and within square brackets I am mentioning that the table should be placed at this position only, that is H. Then I am using centering command, that is the table will be present at the center of the table, right? Then slash label, so I am giving a label to the table as table 1, which can be used for referencing in the document. Then again I have used centering command. Then the caption of the table is at above the table, so actual table, so I am using slash caption command over here, and here I am writing that the table name is contact list, right? So then slash begin tabular environment, and here I am providing the analysis that the first text should be left aligned, the second should be centered, the third should be centered, the fourth column should be centered, and the fifth column should be centered. Then I am creating a horizontal line slash H line. Then I am using again the slash text BF, and then the text within the curly braces will be bold. Then ampersand indicates that the content is in the next column. So again I am making the text that is placed as bold. The next content in the next column will be job, separated with ampersand. The next column will be labeled as mobile. Slash text BF is used to bold the text. Then ampersand, the next column will consist of email, right? Then this is the part of first row, so I am ending the first row over here by using the double slash, and then I want that there should be a horizontal line after this, so I am using the command slash H line. So after this I will be adding the actual content of the first row. So here the first second row, the first column data will be Dr. Sagar Badiye, and city, that place will be Nagpur. and the third column will consist of assistant professor, and the fourth column will consist of this mobile number, and the last column will consist of email ID. Then double slash indicates that this is the end of the first row, and H line indicates that a new horizontal line is to be drawn. Similarly, I have added two more contents to the cell, two more rows in the table, and after that I am using end tabular command, which is used to end the table, then slash end table. So this will be creating the first table in this document. Then again I am creating another table wherein we can have a particular column that may consist of 3 sub columns. So for that we have another command that will see. So here, so slash begin, NSTBP, you can use any option. So slash centering, and the label over here is table 2. Caption is set of equivalence classes. Then I have used slash begin tabular. The content should be LCCCC, that is first should be left aligned, remaining all should be centered, and there are total 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 columns, right? Then there should be 2 horizontal lines, so I have used the command slash H line. Now I want that there should be multi-column, so first column should be a single with single things, so I have used slash multi-column. It will create a column with one column only. It should be centered, and the name of the column will be equivalence class. So this will be the first column. Then ampersand indicates that after this there is a next column, and then again I am using multi-column. So multi-column command is used to create multiple column within a particular heading. So here I am creating within curly braces, I am mentioning how many columns are part of this particular column. So there are 3 sub columns in this particular column that should be centered, and the name of this column should be FVACY, right? Then ampersand, there should be another column that is again a part of multi-column, and there should be only a single column within this. It should be also centered. Then the name of the heading of the column is mentioned over here as PCADA. Then double slash indicate that this is the end of the line, and slash C line. C line is used to create a line which will not covering the complete table but a particular part. So this mentions that 2 to 5. So this line will be starting from the second column and will go up to the third column, right? Then after that I need to add the text. So the first based on this there should be 1, then there should be 3, and then 1. So there should be total 5 columns text. So a particular row will consist of 5 data, right? So multi-column 1, that should be centered and it should be placed as blank. Then the second column will be again a part of multi-column. There will be only one cell here, and then it should be centered, and the data will be F1. This is the second row, that is this will be now blank, the third will be D. So we are placing the column name below this particular heading, right? So this will be F1. So there are 3 subheadings to this particular point. So the first will be F1, and again they will be using the next column data as multi-column. Then there will be only one column within this, it should be centered, and the heading will be F2. Similarly, we'll create the third column as F3, and lastly we'll use again multi-column that will be placing D after this below this PCDA heading, right? Then again we'll be creating a C line that will go from first column to fifth column, and then there should be 2 horizontal lines, right? Then this is about the heading of the table, that is the main title, what are the column names, and then we'll be adding the text over here. So the text will be, the first text will be 1B, then ampersand, the second column will consist of 1, third column will consist of 1 and 1, and so on. So we'll be adding this text. Then this way we have added the equations over here. We'll look at the equations in detail in the math environment class. So here I have added this equation in the first part, then second part is 1, third column consists of 3, fourth column consists of 3, fifth column consists of this. Again we'll look at these equations in detail in the coming class, right? Similarly, we have added data to all the columns, and finally we have placed a line by using hline command. Then we end the tabular and end table, and finally we end the document. So in this way we are creating two tables over here. So for executing this particular program, we'll make use of LaTeX command. So we'll click on this button. So the process is exited normally. Then we'll use the convert PDF lat command. So again it is converted to PDF, and then so when we look at the output, you can see that the first line is the simply what we have added actually. So this indicates that this is the first line which was normally we have created, and then we have created a table. So you can see that the table caption is over here, table 1, that is contact list. Then the first column was name, second column was place. We have used a /bf text bf, so this is appearing bold. And then this column we have added, we have not used any vertical line, so they are simply having horizontal line, and there is no vertical line in the table, because when we created the table environment over here, we have not placed the pipe symbol, so there is no vertical line over here. If you place pipe symbol in between, then vertical lines will appear in the table, right? So there are no vertical line over here. So the second table is, again there is no vertical line, we have used only. So this is set of equivalence class, the caption. Then here you can see that the equivalence class we have used multi-column. So the equivalence class was having a single column, therefore there is no sub-column over here. The second column was having multiple 3 columns, so multi-column 3. So you can see that FVCA is now having 3 sub-columns as F1, F2, F3, and PCDA is having a single column. Then we have added this data. These equations are added, and we'll look at the equation environment and see how to add these equations. So in this way we are creating tables in the LaTeX, simply in LaTeX. So now we'll see how to add image or diagram to a particular document. So here we are making use of document class, and the class we are using is article class. The point size is set to 10 point and A4 paper. We have made use of use package, graphics package, and we have also made use of use package EPSFig. These packages are basically used for using or adding a image or diagram to the document, right? So we start the document by /begin document command. Then we use a figure environment. We begin a figure environment by using /begin figure command, and within square parenthesis we are placing what the location of the image that is to be placed. So H means that it should be placed here itself. Then we are using the centering command that will place the figure at the center of the page. Then we are using the /include graphics command. Then we are mentioning the scaling of the image. The image size can be more, so we have to scale it, and we are making it 30% of the actual size. And then we are mentioning the name of the file. So I have placed this file in this particular folder, in the folder where the file is present. So simply I am writing the name of the image. And this habit should be maintained, that the figure or image that you want to be included in the document should be placed in the same folder wherein the file or the text file is present, so that when you transfer this particular or pass this particular file to someone else, he will not have a problem in locating these images. He or she will not have the problem of this moving these images from one location to another or changing the path. So then we have used the /caption command to provide caption to this as penguins. Then we have used the label command, and we have ended the first figure environment. Then second figure environment, we begin figure. We want that the figure should be placed at the bottom of the page, so we have used B. Then the figure should also be centered. Then we are using /include graphics command, and then again scaling and name of the figure. Here I have used a EPS figure, here I have used JPG figure. And then we execute this. So when we execute this command, so it is executing successfully, and you can see that the output is appeared over here. So the first image that we used is the image of the penguins, which is labeled as figure 1, and this figure 1 is appearing automatically as this is the first figure environment. And then this is, you can see that this is placed at that particular location which was the start of the page, and as we used bottom B, so this image is placed at the bottom of the page, whereas the place in between is kept as empty, right? There is no text and nothing is added in between. The image is placed at the bottom of the page. In this way you can add images to a document in LaTeX. Then we'll look at table of content. So here simple document is created, and again I am starting with /document class command, and now we are considering the class as book. We have used certain packages that we have already seen. Blind text, which was used to add blind text in the documents, the graphics for images, and Babel class is used for creating random text in the document, right? This Babel class is used along with the blind text class. So now with begin document, the first I am using /chapter, so this will be the chapter name. The highest level of sectioning is /chapter, first part, so chapter 1, and introduction to LaTeX, this is the name of the chapter. Then I have added some text and written something. Now /blind text command is used, and 3 paragraph of blind text will be created automatically randomly. Then section, so this will be the first section of chapter 1, so it will be labeled as 1.1, and then this is the text of the name of the section, right? This will be also mentioned in the table of content, right? Section name. Then write the section contents over here, and randomly I have created again 3 paragraph of text over here. Then subsection, so this will be 1.1.1 top matters and whatever the content. Then begin figure, and the figure will be placed at bottom of the page, then it should be centering, and I have added the image over here, the penguins image over here, right, in the figure environment. Then subsection is there, the label figure 2 is used, right? Then I have added subsection, then I have added a table environment. So this will be creating a table. This example we have considered in the slide. The same example is copied over here. So I have created a table, right? Then I have set the counter over here, right? So already we have seen that we have created the section, only one section over here. So that will be 1.1. Now I want that this section should be labeled as 1.5. So here I will be setting the counter by using set counter command. So set counter, the counter for section should be now made as 4, so that whenever next time section will be used, it will be one more than this particular thing. So this section now it will be numbered as 1.5 instead of 1.2. And then whatever text is to be displayed, by default whatever is the heading of the section will be displayed. Otherwise you can mention within the square brackets what is to be mentioned in the table of contents. So this is to be written within square parenthesis. Then we are adding the data, and then we again created a table. The same table which we have considered in the previous example is added over here. So right, and then lastly we are using the command /table of content. This will create table of content at the end of the document. Then the list of figures at the end of the document, and /list of table will create a list of tables table at the end of the document. Again here we don't need to add anything in the list of table in the table of content or list of figures. Everything will be added automatically by LaTeX, like the page number and everything. So when we execute this command and look at the output, you can simply find that at the top whatever in the heading we have provided, that is chapter 1. Then introduction to LaTeX, this is chapter 1. So book is having generally this strategy, that is chapter 1, the first is chapter, then the name is in this particular size, then the text font is of this particular size, and then the first section is 1.1, right, LaTeX document structure. Then the subsection we have used, so this is 1.1.1. Image we have added, so this is at the center and bottom of the page, right. Then we have added table at the top of the page, so this table is appearing at the top of the page. Then this is an unlabeled section, right? Then see, we have set the counter, so this next section is now labeled as 1.5 instead of 1.2 because we have set the counter to 4, so this will be marked as 1.5, one more than the actual, right? So this new table is added over here and so on. So at the end, this table of content, when the command was used, so this table of content is automatically generated. The first is the chapter 1 introduction to latex, which is the first page. Then 1.1 latex document structure on second page, and 1.1.1 that is the subheading that is on the second page again, right? You can see that this is on the first page, the chapter starts on first page, first subheading is on second page, the first section is on second page, subsection is on second page, image is also on second page, table is on third page and third page, right? So you can see this is appeared. So now here I have changed the, here automatically the section heading is provided as latex document structure, whatever was the starting, but here I have mentioned specially a text that is to be displayed as text to be displayed in TOC within square parenthesis, so that is displayed over here. If you want something other than the actual heading to be displayed over here of the section, then you can mention it in square bracket and that will appear over here in the table of content. Then page number, then list of figure is created, so there is only one figure in this particular document, so it is labeled as 1.1 and the name is caption, that is penguins, and it is present on second page. In this way the document consists of multiple figure that will be added automatically over here. So this is list of figure. And finally list of tables. So list of tables is nothing but whatever, there are two tables present. So 1.1, the first table is my first table and it is present on third page, and 1.2 is second table, set of equivalence classes, that is also on the third page. So in this way you can create table of content, list of table and list of figures in latex. Thank you. We'll stop over here, and in the next class we'll look at some other environments in latex.